Okay, hello. I'm Simple Ferber, and today I'm going to tell you guys about the antibiotic change in livestock come 2017. Alright, food supply. Livestock is how we feed the world. If we can no longer give our livestock antibiotics that they need, then the entire food supply will suffer. Not just for us around here, not for just the U.S., everybody in the entire world will suffer. The flu outbreak. This is the best way that I could kind of put this into perspective for people that don't really have much agricultural knowledge.
You don't give antibiotics for the flu.
Yeah, I know. Okay, and then what happens when you get the flu? So one kid gets it, we all get it. I mean, whenever we have a flu outbreak, the doctor's office is piled high with patients with the same symptoms. They're being sent home to do the same thing. If you get strep throat, it all works the same. One gets it, we all get it. It spreads. All right, getting treated. In order to prevent the spread of any outbreak, you must go to the doctor and get antibiotics. Obviously, if you're not contagious, you don't really need to go to the doctor and get antibiotics, right? But if you're contagious, they generally tell you, hey, you can't come to work, you can't come to school until I have a doctor's note saying you are no longer contagious. So now, on that note, that's what I'm trying to say. You don't need antibiotics anytime. It's just whenever you're contagious. All right, one way to get it, and we all get it. So, high school hallways. They tend to be very, very crowded. You're bumping into each other. If you're a teacher, you constantly have kids coming in and out of your room, sneezing, coughing, leaving Kleenexes all over the floor, germs everywhere. Mom. It's no doubt mom holds the household together. When we get sick, mom drops everything she has going on to stay home and nurse you back to health. She fills you up with lots of water, love, and antibiotics. Soon enough, you're better. There's no doubt that by the end of the week, mom will have you feeling brand new. It's what mothers do. They love and care for us, and they allow us the antibiotics we need when our health isn't the best, so we can get back to what we're doing and not spread germs. I know my mom's always worried that if I get sick, my little brothers are going to get sick, so she's always like, stay away from your sister, or if it's the opposite way, it's stay away from your brothers. I don't want to take all three of you to the doctor. So what does the flu have to do with anything with this antibiotic change? So just like us, if one of us gets sick, we all get sick. Same for cattle, same for pigs, same for chickens. If we get sick when our friends are sick and go untreated, the same goes for livestock. If one cow in the herd is sick, soon they'll all be under the weather. So that's why it's really important to call your veterinarian as soon as one of your cows or whatever animal it may be is sick. Sick cow, not my problem, right? So you're probably thinking to yourself, what in the world does a sick cow have to do with anything? I'm not a farmer, that's not my issue, it's not concerning me. Well, you're wrong. Almost all of us eat meat. Livestock is the world's food supply. That means that whatever executive decision is made about how we raise and treat our livestock will greatly affect you, your home, and your community. It's going to affect the entire world. So why so interested? I became involved in the agriculture industry thanks to our ag advisor, Terry Jenkins. I've grown up in a rural community, being raised around the world's feed supply. But, I mean, as growing up, I didn't really know how important it was. I didn't know that those cows right outside my back door were that important, that all of what the farmers around here do and these people that I say hi to every morning, I didn't know just how much work they do, not for just me, for my family, for our small community, but for the entire world. So, how it works now. How antibiotic distribution to cattle, livestock, all that, how it works now is the FDA Center for Veterinary Medicine is very strict. All antibiotic use for food-producing animals must be approved. So you can't just go to Walmart, get some medicine, and take it home like, oh, hey, sick cow, I'm going to give you this. That's not how it works. Because of how closely livestock animals live together, veterinarians actually suggest to use antibiotics to prevent disease. Some antibiotics can help livestock turn feed into muscle and promote rapid growth. Rapid growth is very important. Rapid growth means more meat, more feed. So, as of January 1st, come 2017, you'll need a prescription or veterinary feed directive to administer antibiotics. This means that our farmers can no longer go to their local supplies and buy feed supplements or directively give antibiotics anytime one of their animals gets sick. This means that from now on, say I have a sick cow, I'm gonna have to call the vet and say the vet can't come in for 2 or 3 days. That's 2 or 3 more days that this cow has to get even worse. That's more antibiotics that I have to give it, and that's a higher risk for the rest of the herd to get sick, which is not good. So some drug sponsors might choose to withdraw complete permission to use such products that they've been using, because from now on you're going to have either a prescription or a VFD. So tips to dealing with this change are going to be, you're going to need to get close with your local veterinarian. Build up a good solid relationship with them. If you're a valid client, they'll be able to offer you more assistance. They'll be able to better get up, jump at your feet whenever you really need help, rather than if you're not really close with them and you call them in the middle of the night and you're like, hey, I've got a sick cow, I need your help. They're not going to want to get up and go help you if you're not as close with them. So build a close-knit relationship with them. Prebiotics, probiotics, and egg-based antibiotics. You'll need to get familiar with these products to replace many of the products that you have been using over the years. Research. Do your research. See what you still can and cannot administer without a prescription or a VFD. Over-the-counter products that are currently approved for this administration will not be affected, though. So you're not going to know. You're going to be able to use some of them, but not all of your prescriptions still. So that's why it's really going to be important that you do this research. It might not greatly affect everybody, but it is going to greatly affect some people. Regarding regulations, these are just some of the regulations that will be brought forward come January of 2017 regarding antibiotics use in livestock production. The overall change is going to be as simple as this. Farmers will no longer be able to administer antibiotics to their livestock, whether it be through direct administrations or through feed supplements, and that's going to be a huge issue. My hope is that y'all take into consideration just how important antibiotics are in livestock production and just how much it really does affect everyone, not just in the nation, but in the world. Think about it. Next time you're in the grocery store shopping for beef, chicken, or poultry, any sort of meat that you're buying, think about where that meat's come from, how it's been raised, and what exactly is in your meat. And these are my references that I've used, and you can Google it and find more information. That's my speech.